plus where we started.
From
so
where
that's
you
a
start.
big break.
Okay.
All right, 1st and 10 Blue Devils. If they ever move the yard markers, I don't think they're going to. They're still way back upfield. And the officials huddled again now. Lebanon trying to run a play.
Trying to run a play before they change their mind.
Now the officials have stepped in and called time. The chains still have not moved.
From the previous spot. So somebody needs to tell Bob that from the previous spot.
Well, one official going back now. Where's he headed?
He's forgot his flag. They're bringing it back.
Now they're going to bring it back, and they're going to penalize him from the initial contact now, which is at the 48-yard line. Boy, that guy's got a good memory, hasn't he?
Well, he's wrong too, by the way.
Yeah. Right, now they're going to overrule him again.
So Bob Dillard trying to get an explanation on that. I'm totally confused. John Bryan, down to you. What about it?
Now we're hearing over here that they have called it correctly now, Tommy, that it goes from the spot of the foul rather than the previous spot.
Well,
the referee is now explaining that to Coach Dillard, and we're still going to have it. And we're going to be at a 2nd down and about 3 rather than 2nd and a bunch.
So we gained about 3 yards on the play instead of the big loss. Pitt sets him down. Griffin in at a fullback. Firing to Ron C., and he's there. C at the 10, to the 5, and hangs on. C at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Blue Devils.
John, I don't believe that.
Tommy, I've got to get myself off the ground. I can't either. Ron C., who took it off a player's back a few minutes ago, juggles it in all hands, dives and wraps it up, catches it, rolls over, ball rolls out of bounds. The official gives it to him. 1st and goal for the Blue Devils on the 6.
And the Blue Devils can tie it up if they jam it in here and make the extra point. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Blue Devils. C goes wide left. Zachary comes wide right. Quarterback is Pitt. Fullback is Reeves. And the tailback is Stafford. They give it to Reeves on a quick opener, and the little guy dives over the 5 to about the 4. A gain of about a yard. They're going to give him 2 down to almost the 3-yard line goes Reeves. Jammed up in there by the middle of that big defensive line for Farragut.
We have played up in 9:40 to go in the first half, and we have seen some of the craziest football so far this year right here tonight.
Wacky. C right. Zachary left. Lebanon. Fullback is Griffin. And they're going to give it to Griffin, and Griffin's in for the score. Joel Griffin, welcome home.
Welcome back, number 22 from knee injury. Joel Griffin on the dive play, and he gets the touchdown at 9:27 to go in the first half. He's got to be one happy Blue Devil, and the medical staff at Lebanon certainly very happy. John, you've got the call of this PAT.
Thank you, Tommy. Jeff Gannon and a long snap. Once again, Tressler to hold, Zachary to kick. What a play. Joel Griffin, welcome back to Lebanon High School. The kick is up. It looks good. They're going to give it to him. It's 14-all, 9:27 to go in the first half. This sideline report is brought to you.
Hi, I'm Cindy Raid, a senior football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're here today with Miss Bondi Smith from First Bank and Trust to thank them for their support and present them this football souvenir.
We at First Bank and Trust wish the Lebanon Blue Devils a very successful year.
LHS!
March 80 yards. It takes them 8 plays. Joel Griffin scoring the touchdown from 3 yards away. Zachary makes the all-important extra point. 9:27 left in the first half. The score is 14-14.
Zachary to kick now, and the wind is deader than 4 o'clock. The flag is hanging limply down, but Zachary's kick is deep over their heads and into the end zone. Zachary puts it in the end zone with no wind. Boy, he's pumped, didn't he?
He just crushed that one, and now Farragut gets their worst field position of the football game. They'll put it in play at their own 20. 9:27 to go in the first half. We're knotted at 14, and this, folks, has been a great football game.
Again, you should have been here. We wish you were. You're missing a dandy. 14-14.
Clyde, if they're here, I don't know where they'd sit.
Well, we could stand them along the fence somewhere. Here comes Farragut. Splitting to the near side is Underwood, Marcus Underwood. And they hand it off, and the big fullback is going to get 2, 3, 4, maybe to the 24. I don't think he quite made the 24-yard line. He'll put it at the 23, a gain of 3 by the fullback Rogers, I believe, Carey, was it?
That was Gibbs, the other halfback.
Okay, Gibbs with the carry.
Got him back in the football game to carry the football.
Got 3, second down 7 for Farragut at their own 23-yard line. Butterworth comes to the near side along with Underwood as they bring 2 wideouts to the near side. Bartlettson is split wide to the right in the shotgun formation. C fakes the safety blitz. And here's the long count. Loose football. Quarterback picked it up. He slides outside. Got some room. Still on his feet. Gannon got to knock him out and does as he crosses the 35 out to the 40-yard line. And something always seems to go their way in this football game.
We ran what we call the pitchfork stunt. That's when Ron C. comes from free safety, tries to time the snap and blitz the quarterback. The blitz was there. The snap was poor. It bounced off of Mahan, and he just turns something out of nothing, Terry Stafford.
From the 23 all the way up to the 42, Mahan's run good for 19 yards and a Farragut first down.
1st and 10 for Farragut at their own 42-yard line. They hand it to Dixon, and Dixon is going to blast out through there over the 45, 46 to the 47-yard line goes Dixon. Good gain on first down, going to pick up about 6.
Ryan Alds returns to the game. He was out on that play. Mark Wilson was in there at a defensive tackle spot as Ryan was getting some instruction from Mike Bartlett, defensive coordinator for the Blue Devils. Up front for Lebanon, Nelson, the nose man, Clemens and Alds at the tackles, Gannon and Carson, the defensive ends for the Blue Devils.
2nd down for Bartlett at their own 42. Back to throw, Mahan. Firing over the middle, almost intercepted. Great defensive play by Lucas, the linebacker. Got a big mid up and slapped it down almost into the hands of a diving Zachary, or Lehue. One was there, and one had the dive for it, but couldn't quite come up with it. 3rd down, 5.
And Kyle Zachary just put the wood on the intended receiver as he goes high in the air to try to make the catch. Zachary nails him in the back. So that's kind of a little calling card for perhaps a little bit later on in the game.
Double wideouts left, double wideouts right. Mahan with a 1 setback in the shotgun. Lebanon fakes that safety blitz, and somebody moved. That's going to cost him 5, I believe.
That was Big Rothenberg, the left guard. Darren Rothenberg, 6'4", 275 at left guard. He rocked his weight forward, and when that big fella goes forward, that whole momentum's going that way.
He's hard to hide, isn't he?
Sure is.
3rd down, 10 now. Big 3rd down situation for the Blue Devil defense. If they can hold them here and get the football back, we've got plenty of time to tack on another before halftime. Farragut in possession at their own 42-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Again, double wideouts to either side. Dixon is the lone setback. Mahan, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. Hikes the leg, and here is the snap, and Mahan is back to throw. Looks, he's going long. Puts it high into the air, and it's broken up, and that should have been offensive pass interference because number 7 was all over, and Lebanon's fans don't like it down below. He was all over Pitt, who had the inside position on him down at the 30-yard line, but Lebanon's defense holds, and the Farragut Admirals are going to have to kick it away, and the Blue Devils are going to get their hands on the football.
Marcus Underwood, the intended receiver on that play, just ran up Damon Pitt's back. Burnett will kick it away with the wind in his face. Tressler will go back to return just inside the 20.
Here's a snap. It's low, but he's going to get it out of there, and it's going to be a bouncer that Tressler going to have to let roll, and he lets it roll over the 20, and it's going to die at about the 12-yard line. And that might have been one that Lebanon could have handled and should have handled, but you can't blame them for not wanting to take a chance either.
Well, it's one of those deals you're kind of in between. If you pick it up, you might get that funny bounce. It bounces off a shoulder pad, and they take it. Terry, what about the kick?
Tommy Burnett's kick, a low kind of end-over-end punt. After the roll, it ends up being good for 46 yards. No return by Lebanon. They're backed up to their own 12-yard line.
The Blue Devils have it at their own 12. 1st down and 10, double wideout. Zachary right, C left. As they move from your left to right, and they pitch it back to Stafford. Big hole. Stafford blasts out over the 15. He's got the 20-yard line made. 8 yards by Stafford on the play.
Little toss sweep action as Stafford takes the quick pitch from Damon Pitt and cuts behind the block of Chris Hicks there at left guard. turns it back up the middle of the field for good yardage. Terry, our little senior tailback's off to a pretty good start.
Tommy's getting it done. He picks up 8 more on that carry. 10 carries so far, 116 yards. We're still in the first half.
Boys, he had a hole that time. Somebody in that line's doing the job. He had a hole you could have driven a truck through there on the beginning. They just closed it in a hurry. Second down, 2. They pitch it to Stafford. He's got some room. Slides outside. 25-30, 35-40. And Stafford still on his feet over the 45. Out to the 49-yard line goes Stafford. What a night this guy's having.
John Bryan, he did a great job of reading the block upfield.
Saw his blocks, Tommy. Waited for Ron C. to get downfield, make another block for him. Busted outside. Chris Stafford, big night, and we got time to score.
Terry, what about the yardage?
Tommy, 20 more on that carry, actually 29 more. He's up to 145.
And we're not halftime yet. 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Lebanon with a chance to take the lead at halftime. Double wideouts. Pitt makes the call. Pitt fakes a pitch, fires. He's got Carson at the 45, dropped at the 39. Carson took it at the 45, is knocked down inside the 40 at about the 39.5-yard line, but it's good enough for a Blue Devil first down.
We talked earlier today, Terry Stafford, that if we were able to run the ball, that would open up the passing game. It's done that tonight for Damon.
Tommy, just as you said earlier today, anytime we have a runner go over 100-yard mark, we win the ball game. Chris Stafford already over that mark, and we're still in the second quarter.
And here come the Blue Devils. Zachary to the short side, C to the wide side. Ball inside the 40-yard line of Farragut. We're knotted at 14 all. Less than 6 minutes to play. Pitch back comes to Stafford. Stafford gets away from one man and gets back to the line of scrimmage, gets a yard, and he was almost had in the backfield. Did a great job getting back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him about a half yard on the play, and well, they're not going to give him anything. But he got back to the line of scrimmage, second down and 10. They put it down exactly where it was, and I thought he had at least a yard out of that.
Well, that kind of pursuit against Chris Stafford, it's what makes that throwback play to the tight end work so well. You fake it to Stafford, the linebackers react, and there's your tight end wide open.
C goes left, picked up by Aaron McBay over there on the corner. Pitt gives him a look and comes back to throw. They swing it out, almost caught by Stafford. Boy, if Stafford hadn't got his hands on that, 41 was intercepted, and he was off to the races.
They had that play smelled out as we ran Stafford on a little flare route. First time we've been able to do that really with Chris, because he's had that big mitt on that right hand. He doesn't have that anymore, and we're trying to throw him the football, but they got great pressure on Damon Pitt. John, they came awfully hard on Damon.
Tommy, they've been pressuring him all night, and that play there was no exception. Just not enough time for that play to develop, and of course they had it smelled out.
Lebanon double wideouts to the left side. Third down, 10 for the Blue Devils. They're going to give it to Stafford. Stafford trying to slide outside. Great tackle made behind the line of scrimmage. Stafford will drag him back to the line, and a great job there by number 54. And let's see who that is for Farragut, as he really came in. He's the linebacker on that side, Brandon Williams, and he made a great play.
Well, in that 4-3 defense, they let those linebackers roam to the football. The defensive linemen up front, their basic job, rush the quarterback and keep the blockers off the linebackers.
4:44 to play, and here come the Blue Devils, and they're going to kick it. They got Tressler back deep. And here's the snap. Low. Tressler going to throw. Ron C's there. Caught by C. C still on his feet to the 21-yard line. The Blue Devils pulling out all the stops.
Nice throw by Todd Tressler as he hits Ron on the fade route down the sideline. And, John, it looked like Ron used the side judge as a bit of a pick, trying to rub that defensive back off of the pick.
Well, the defensive back had a hold of Ron's jersey. He had to use the side judge. And Tressler's pass was not a thing of beauty. It just got the job done.
C is eating that cornerback's lunch, guys. He's behind him on every play. First and 10, Lebanon at the 22-yard line. They give it to Stafford, and boy, they're all over him. Loss of 2, back to the 24. Stafford really had then by a big defensive end, I believe it was, number 80, just barreled through there, Gerard Hannon, and gets Stafford for a 3-yard loss. It's second down, 13 for the Blue Devils. And right now, officials timeout down on the field. We'll keep it here for